Hi friend, it's Amy Tangerine. I'm at my kitchen table and I will be doing some journaling for the month of April in my planner, and I thought it would be fun for you to see this come together. I challenged myself to try and complete this in under 30 minutes and invite you to carve out at least that amount of time for yourself to pause and play in whatever notebook you have using the supplies you have on hand. I'll be using this printable, which is linked below for instant download. I simply printed it on regular copy paper and cut the bits out with scissors. This calendar month at a glance will be a good spot for some of these bits as well. You can work within any notebook, piece of paper, whatever you have. I strongly encourage just carving out this time and making it about what you want to invite into your life for April. This is both a reflective practice and also an artful creative practice that I really enjoy doing each month. And some of you have followed along. This is the first time I'll be working in my planner instead of my A5 notebook, but I thought I would give this a go and see how the pieces come together. I also challenged myself to use minimal supplies because I am doing this at home. I have all of these bits and I want to maximize the usage over this spread as well as the month at a glance or the monthly outlook, whatever you want to call it in the planner. And try and only stick with using scissors, a pen, and adhesive, as well as a watercolor set. So I'll use this Tombow Funosuke, as well as the favorite pen that I'm loving, the Uniball, which I'll link below, and also this travel watercolor set, because I typically keep this in my bag. And you can see that it's very loved with all of the paints on the palette. This is the fun part to me, is figuring out where all the pieces go. And because I don't really need this notes section here, I'm going to cover it up probably with this April cutout that says, "Dear April, you will be amazing." I am so ready for an amazing month. How about you? I recently shared on Instagram about how the studio obviously is in flux, right? But I think my mood has really been shifting from high to low pretty rapidly lately, and I'm blaming it on the rain because the studio is not in a place where it's completely workable. I wanted to move this, and then I realized, you know what? It's fine. It's fine the way it is. And that's how I feel my attitude has been lately is, you know what? What is it going to take so that I can function enough and just let things be okay? Let things be not so amazing all the time. How can I make sure that I'm pausing and playing and not over functioning, which is a new term to me. I didn't realize that I was an overfunctioner, and I'm not sure if that's an actual word, but I'm learning to trust myself a little bit more, and I really want to encourage you to as well. I haven't before questioned my self-worth, but lately, because of some personal things that have been going on, I realized that I'm going through this unprocessed grief that I need to connect with, and I need to connect with others. I loved going to Go Wild. I shared part 1 and I will share part 2. The edit is just about done, and I had so much fun going live as well to do the live premiere, I think it's called. So I think I'm going to do that with more videos. And to be honest, I believe that putting together these pages, these printables, and also sharing the process with you has been so good for my soul. Connecting and feeling connected with other like-minded creatives has really saved me from a lot lately. And I really appreciate all the comments, even subscribers that are new. If you've been watching my channel for years, thank you so much for sticking along or coming along for, gosh, a while now. And I think that the future is going to be bright. I'm trying to focus on the present, which is accepting the fact that I have to work in spaces where the table's a little shaky. Sorry. I'm not meaning to shake the table, but that's just how our kitchen table is. I'm sure you can relate, or many of you can relate, to making it work with whatever you have, right? And so I want to take this opportunity to really feel aligned and also dreaming big while loving my present, which is presence, right? Which is right now, like crazy, and embracing what is and allowing this to just be what it is. And so thank you for the grace that you've given me, and thank you for accepting that, things aren't going to be perfect, nor do I need to wait until I can actually be in a studio where I have everything the way I dream of. It's okay. I'm going to make do with what I have in the moment and love it like crazy, right? Or try to. This Tombow adhesive is my new favorite thing. I'm obsessed with it. It works so well. It's like this beautiful dot runner. And I find that limiting the supplies that I use and that I have has been actually really good for me. I miss certain elements and I'm like, oh, well, that stamp would have been perfect, but I don't have it on hand. So I'm just going to write it in, or I'm going to draw it. I've been learning to draw and working on practicing drawing. I think it's a skill that a lot of us actually possess if we're willing to take the time to learn about it. And I want to have this reminder for Easter. This is when I asked my husband, when is Easter? And he said, oh, it's the 9th. And I was like, oh, I need to move this up a little bit. Okay, so it's going to go here instead. And I also realized that I didn't have my ring on while I was doing this. So at some point, I will ask Jack to fetch my ring for me because it feels naked without it. Somebody loves you. And then I will go ahead and write in Easter as well with this Tombow Funosuke. I love this little, it's your heart that takes you places. Embrace the journey. That embrace the journey was already there. It's a piece of washi tape that I had stuck down earlier. So now I'm going to glue these elements down, and I will fast forward it and play some music while I do so.
So close, didn't take much time at all for this to grow, and I think you should know before you might have second thoughts, and my tongue ties in simple knots. I am more than okay. I feel the sun shining on my face. I'm in the game today, and you're the reason why I'm feeling so alright. Well, I could almost touch the sky. You're the reason why I'm feeling more than fine. Too long we waited. We could never just admit that we could be the perfect fit. So no more debating. You can't deny what is true. It's better when your point of view is so much more than okay. I feel the sun shining on my face. I'm in the game today, and you're the reason why I'm feeling so alright. Well, I could almost touch the sky, and you're the reason why I'm feeling more than fine. Well, it's like I'm locked inside a dream, and I could lay here close to you forever, with you always next to me. Well, I'm saying so long to blues. Okay, I feel the sun shining on my face. I'm in the game today, and you're the reason why I'm feeling so alright. Well, I could almost touch the sky. You're
Hope you enjoyed that song. It's called More Than Fine. I have it linked in the description box below, along with all the supplies that I'm using as well. And I really want you to feel like you are right where you belong, no matter where in the world you are. I love that you can access this printable or just use the supplies that you have, and you can copy down these same sentiments that you see, which is fun to include and have in a place where you can look at them and you can feel like, look, oh, see, I got a little excited and I closed that page down and got a little spot, but I just fixed it. I simply added more watercolor to the other side. Jack got my ring for me, which is nice, and I waited for that other page to dry a little bit before I stuck this down. And it's just a lesson in using watercolors. That's just what happens sometimes is I get impatient. I don't have a heat gun over here. I guess I could have, I don't know, put it in the sun if it was sunny and warm, or used a hair dryer, but I didn't. And here are some watercolor marks. Sorry about the table shaking. I feel so bad. And then here's another little splotch, and then it's time for the journaling. I like to emphasize words in brush lettering, and what came to mind first was awareness and allowing. What is coming to your mind when you think of the month ahead? Because I'm a fan of alliteration, I happen to choose A words. What speaks to you? Do you want to focus on the same sort of things? Do you want to focus on gratitude? Do you want to be brave and bold? I think that your goals in life must be personal value driven. You need to know what's really important to you in order to think about your future and what you really want. Though sometimes it feels like I'm writing down the same sort of things, every time I do so, it gets cemented a little bit more. It can get ingrained and go deeper into the layers and often reveal something that could really benefit the quality of not only the presence I hold within myself, but the presence I am able to offer others. Hopefully, I can show up as I am, even if things feel a little dark. No matter what you're going through, I hope you know that you are worthy, you are valuable, and I'm writing here, my value is in my presence. Your presence is a gift. And truth be told, you may feel the same way. And I find that this creative journaling process, and anytime I show up for myself creatively, it's so incredibly healing and something I need to do no matter how my life is really going on the outside. All of the things that I can't control on the outside don't really have to have an effect on me if I am in alignment with what is true. I feel so grateful and lucky and attribute the time I spend looking inward as a gift, not just for me, but for everyone who comes across my path. So I'll just read you what I wrote here. I am letting go of the idea that detachment is a bad thing. In the same way I've been learning about surrender, boundaries, and overfunctioning, I can learn to heal in healthy, amazing ways. What is one action you want to take in April? Let me know in the comments below. Here's the biggest takeaway I am still learning myself, and that is if the dream is in you, it is for you. Remember, you deserve what you desire. Please share anything you'd like in the comments and give this video a thumbs up. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you feel inspired to get those creative juices flowing, my friend.